Good.
Alright guys, what's up? I am really excited to do the first of my like kind of silly builds. And when I do silly builds, they're like actual builds. Like, look at how ridiculous the AoE on this is. But the whole design of this build is to basically spam your Nova, and the radius is as big as the whole like central area, like even outside the like catwalks. I don't know what you want to call those, bridges, whatever. But yeah, it's big. And, you can spam it pretty frequently, especially if you keep hitting your L2 is a big one. But your L2 is going to give you 2 charges. Your L1 is going to give you 2 charges. Shooting is going to give you a charge. I'm going to show you how I manage that when I get to the build portion. Doing your R1 is going to build a charge, but you should be able to spam it as long as you keep killing things. That's just part of it. So building a charge on shooting has a half a second cooldown, so just popping it in between things can help significantly. So between the L2 and the 2 L1s, that you're pretty much already on this build. In fact, you can get 2 of these going at once if you save up charges, and you throw off a Nova. Here, I'll try to do it here. Just shoot some guys for a second. Get a Nova going. Dash, R1, 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 R1. Get another one going. Okay, I've done it faster than that before, but you can get 2 of them going pretty quick. Awesome. And then, of course, Alt gives you charges as well. And depending on if it crits or not, it can be really powerful or not really powerful. My crit rate on this build is actually fairly low, so most of these aren't critting, but every once in a while you'll see it do some pretty bonkers damage. Like right there, it did almost 600 million. That was a crit. I've had it do over 600 before. It just depends on what buffs you have going on. Like if you got blade bones or whatever. So if you finish with an R1, I believe it gets that extra skill bonus from doing that. But 100 million is pretty standard for the ticks. I have a hard time remembering. Maybe you're better at me than just popping that L2 every 5 seconds, because that does give you quite a bit of charges. And then try to get the finishing blows with the R1, because that will restore your R1 charge if you have the right perk for that, which I do recommend for this build, just to keep up your so they are killing him a little bit before, but it just helps build your charges a little more consistently. If you want to, you could put on some crit or some ult rate increasing things. I don't think it's as effective as building up more charges of L1 and R1, and having something that gives you additional charges, which every additional charge is going to give you more damage. And I'll show you how I do that in the build portion as well. Because getting the extra damage in through all the charges is pretty massive, and it's very easy to do with energy, because you're already fulfilling the duo requirements for the energy portions. So that's just that's just what you get for free, basically. And we should have. Oh, this is the last wave. So this wave is pretty long, so I should be able to pop off a few.
Chill out. No rush.
Do I want to save now? I think I can kill him with R1. I think the wave's going to last a little longer. I probably would have had time, but... You know what? I got my ult. Let's just pop another one. There's a lot of guys around.
Shadow strike. Shadows and blades.
Yep.
Whirlwind.
Entering alert mode.
Right into phase 2.
Lifting combat restrictions.
Ah! I like jumped on that guy's head. It caused me to land weird.
There's no escape.
Oh, right. He's and that's it. Some 500 million hits right there. And with that, let's go into the build. Special thanks to the two guys that hopped in, Real OG and Shitsu. 181 billion, 512 kills, not bad.
I can do better.
Alright, so let's go straight into this. Obviously important, you're going to want Power Surge Strike. That's extremely important, and I'll show you why in a second. It's going to be the reason how you're charging your Nova with your weapon attacks. And then we're going to want Freeze Frame for the duo. We're going to want Energy Expansion. You don't need to reload. If you can get a rank 12 Energy Expansion, absolutely do it. I think I would be doing over 1 billion damage on my crits if I were to get a rank 12 and just tweak my chips a bit, because as you can see, I don't really have a lot of skill boosts on my chips right now. So this is running at pretty, I want to say moderate intensity. Like it could definitely be a lot stronger if I min-maxed the stats on these, but I just don't have the chips. And then I'm just running Nova for the duos. Now, for the duos, the most important one is going to be Starbeat Charge. Increase primary, minor, and evasion skill charges by 1 each, and skill damage by 150%. Now, having skill accumulation on here is amazing because it increases the primary skill charge by 3. So this roll just by itself is a really good roll. But even if you don't have, you could have that somewhere else maybe. But just pretty much anything you can get that's going to increase your skill charges is going to be good. Because we're mixing it with Exceeding Limitations, which increases our skill damage by 25% for each skill charge. Now, that includes your primary, your minor, your evasion. I'm not 100% sure that includes your weapon charges. I think weapon charges do not count as skill charges. I'm halfway certain on that because I know there's a skill somewhere else that says specifically it's only affected by primary, minor, and dodge charges. So I'm just kind of making an assumption there, but I'm fairly certain that's how that works. This is just me trying to get my crit rate up to get more crits on the Novas. And then of course the crit damage is always nice too. That times 1.5 multiplier and crit damage is good on any build. Like I use this necklace on almost every build because it's amazing. So her potential chip, not super concerned about this. This is the only one I have that boosts her skill damage. So this is the one that I use. That's why I say try to pop your R1 before you pop your Nova, because it'll buff the skill damage. So do your L2, do your L1s. For those of you not on console, that's your L2 is your weapon skill, your L1's your minor skill, and then your R1 is your primary, obviously because it says primary right there. So try to do your primaries last to build up those last few stacks, and you should be good. So some of these other skills, you're going to want Doom Surge, absolutely necessary for this build. After Blade maxes out her Power Surge stacks, her weapon damage charges up Supernova Burst. So having Power Surge strike on there is necessary for that. Now also each weapon attack granting 4 additional Power Surge stacks is going to help you max those out really fast. It's going to help you keep them maxed out. And then of course each Power Surge stack increases the Nova Burst damage by another 15%. So with that in mind, we're going to be running Enduring Power, which is the legendary perk for energy, because that gives us another 15 stacks. And then we're going to be looking for the passive skill Ultimate Energy Amplification, which gives us another 10 stacks. And in addition, each Power Surge stack increases final damage by 2%, and that works on everything. Also going to be looking for Ready to Strike, which is each stack of Power Surge increases final damage by 3%. So basically, well, pretty much this, but without the extra stacks. But of course they work together. And then I'm increasing skill crit rate by 20%. And I couldn't. I don't have. I have 4 copies of this legendary, and none of them have good passives. But this is the best one I have. So, like I said before, if you kill an enemy with your R1, it restores pretty much a whole nother charge. So that's at least a little bit useful. And most of these, some of these other passives aren't as good because I don't have a ton of these. Obviously this one's good, but damage stacking is not the greatest. If you got a better one for your exceeding limitations duo, definitely put it on there because that one is basically doing nothing for me. And of course, run skill power chips. Get all your skill power in there, and that's pretty much it. That's the build. Oh, the weapon. So with the weapon, I ran Heartfelt solely because it's got increases the L1 minor skill charge by 1. We don't really care about what the L2 does. I wish these would say if they had different cooldowns on them, but I know this one has a fairly short cooldown. Even with the additional 30% cooldown that this requires, it's still only like 5 seconds. So it's not bad. And I'd rather have that restore like 1 second later than chunk off 75% supernova damage. So that's why I run that. And that's it. I hope you guys have fun with this build. You saw how absolutely massive those supernovas were. I think you could get pretty far in CA with this build if you maxed it out. Probably not to 70, but it is a fun build. So I'd say you could run pretty much anything but CA 70 with it. It's pretty strong, as you saw. So I'm going to be doing a fun kernel build tomorrow. Again, it should be just as effective as this, to the point where it's silly, it's fun, but it's also really strong. So I will catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Sorry I haven't posted videos in a couple days. Obviously it's Christmas time and it's the holidays, so I'm a little busy. But I'm trying to keep this content pumping out. So I'll catch you guys later.